Today we look at 23 of the most dangerous photos ever. Your palms will sweat and your butt will clench.
Number 23.
Mountain biker Hans Rey popping a wheelie along the Cliffs of Moher in Ireland. There is a 600-foot drop to his left.
Number 22.
This is what Saudi Arabians like to do for fun. It's called skiing or sidewalk skiing, and it involves driving a car on two wheels. To ski, a ramp can be used to start, or for vehicles with higher centers of gravity like SUVs, it can be done without a ramp.
Number 21.
A bear chases a ranger in the Ukraine after unsuccessfully attempting to tranquilize the bear with a gun. Reportedly, the bear said,
"What is this, 80-proof tranquilizer? In Soviet Russia, my friend, one shot will not do."
Number 20.
Near Sydney, Australia, the timber load from a truck became loose and impaled this lady's car. Luckily, she had no serious injuries as a result of this. Looking at the picture, I'm not sure how.
Number 19.
Austrian skydive legend Paul Steiner grabbing the vertical stabilizer of a glider plane after having switched planes mid-air.
Number 18.
This guy doing his best Jesus impression as he gets chased by a bull into water.
Number 17.
Victoria Falls in Zambia, Africa is considered to be the largest waterfall in the world. From August to January, when the level of water is low enough, there is an area of the falls called Devil's Pool where you can get in right up to the edge of the waterfall just before the 354-foot drop. This guide apparently feels comfortable enough to stand right at the edge.
Number 16.
This is Rick Rojat, known as the Human Fly. He was the inspiration for the Human Fly Marvel comic book character. Here he's strapped to a post attached to a DC-8 plane traveling 250 miles an hour. He encountered some rain and the Human Fly said afterward that the raindrops felt like bullets.
Number 15.
A sky dancer aerialist skips rope in Chicago in 1955.
Number 14.
Ruan Yong Ming has the world record for spending the most time covered by bees. He spent 53 minutes and 34 seconds covered by approximately 100,000 bees with no protection for his face and apparently was not stung. The bees are drawn to him because they attach the queen bee somewhere on his body. He stays perfectly still until it's time to remove them, at which point he shakes them off. I guess calling him biatch is not an insult.
Number 13.
At the Sriracha Tiger Zoo in Thailand, Thirapon Manalai puts his head in a crocodile's mouth. I'm thinking any accidents are covered by the zoo's slogan, "That's not blood, it's Sriracha."
Number 12.
This is Tom Ryaboy playing Spider-Man on a ledge on the side of a building in Hong Kong.
Number 11.
Vitaly Raskolov leaning back on top of Stalin's skyscraper in Moscow.
Number 10.
This is Troy Hartman parachuting with a burning parachute. He jumped out of the plane and shot the parachute himself with a flare gun, setting it on fire because why not? In case you're wondering, he did have another parachute and he lived.
Number 9.
This is climber Stefan Glovac free solo climbing at Mount Arapiles, Australia. Free solo climbing means he doesn't use any ropes or safety devices, just chalk and balls. Chalk and balls.
Number 8.
In 1999, Robbie Knievel jumped a portion of the Grand Canyon. This was a jump his father Evel Knievel had always wanted to do, but could not get government clearance. Although Robbie successfully made it across the canyon, he did break his leg in a crash landing.
Number 7.
The Dorobo people of Kenya, Africa can be seen here approaching a pack of 15 lions eating a wildebeest. The three men approach the lions confidently with only bows and arrows and are able to intimidate the lions into running away so that they can take part of their kill.
Number 6.
This is Ocean Ramsey free diving with a great white shark. Ocean can hold her breath for over 5 minutes. The fact that she is holding her breath and therefore doesn't have bubbles coming out of her is believed to aid her in getting so close to the sharks without spooking them. And apparently she doesn't even need a weight belt because of the weight of her huge ovaries.
Number 5.
Urban climber Mustang Wanted holding his friend off a bridge 380 feet up in the Ukraine.
Number 4.
This is Dean Potter at Taft Point in Yosemite Valley. He's doing what is called highlining, which is a form of slacklining. Slacklining is similar to tightrope walking, except the line doesn't have as much tension. What makes this extraordinarily dangerous is that he's doing it over 3,000 feet high with no safety harness.
Number 3.
Extreme performance artist Eskil Ronningsback in doing a handstand on the edge of Trolltunga Rock in Norway. Interestingly, the word Trolltunga means troll's tongue. Here's the bigger picture.
Number 2.
Kirill Oreshkin doing a one-handed grab from the ledge of a building in Moscow, holding his life with only his fingertips. And now for the number 1 most dangerous photo ever. For more videos like this, subscribe here.
Number 1.
Philippe Petit is shown here tightrope walking between the former Twin Towers in New York. He envisioned doing this when he was 17 years old, before the towers had even been built. The stunt took 6 years of planning and several rounds of observation and stashing equipment. They used a bow and arrow to shoot fishing line across the towers and used that with progressively larger ropes to eventually get the 450-pound steel cable across the 200-foot gap between the two towers. He performed for 45 minutes on the wire located 1,368 feet above the ground. Police eventually came, but all trespassing charges were dropped in exchange for him giving a free show in Central Park for children. It's hard to say which of the photos we've seen is the most dangerous, but this one is the most iconic. Here's a question for you. Who are the top 2 stars in the upcoming film based on Philippe's story? Congrats again to user Edward McCartney for correctly answering the question from my last video about what famous person experienced heavy backlash for wearing a Nazi costume. The answer I was looking for, Prince Harry. I have to also give credit to Tina for giving the alternative and equally valid answer of Hitler. Other people mentioned Kanye West, Motorhead bassist Lemmy, Tila Tequila, and Nicki Minaj, who have all had brushes with Nazi-related controversy. I also have to give a shout out to Major Whale for picking up that 9 + 10 = 21 in the title of my last video. Thanks so much for watching my newest video. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, subscribe. Alexa, who's your daddy?
A team of inventors at Amazon.com.
You're supposed to say Carl. Check out my earlier video of the most dangerous selfies ever.